Okay, that's going. And please tell me I have low latency. I do have low latency. Brilliant. The basics. Yep. Let's turn that all the way down. Okay. We're back. We are back. It is time. Hello, Bonnie. What is going on? It is time to continue whatever the fuck this shit is called. What is this called? The Lost Percy Jackson and not Percy Jackson with no Percy Jackson. Heroes of Olympus, the Lost Hero. The time has come indeed. You guys can thank the Percy Jackson season 2 finale for bringing back that itch to want to see my goat in new stories once again. It was great. I loved the entirety of season 2. And I am excited to read more Heroes of Olympus because I do really want to get through this series. I do. It's been so long. I had enough time to watch all of Bleach since the last stream. Goated. Good. That was my plan all along, to get you into peak. You watched freaking Bleach, dubs all around, and now you understand that that's the power of the big three. So all you have to do is watch One Piece. You know. All right. What? I need oh god, I'm all out of sorts. I need my fucking picture and everything. You know, my super top tier streaming setup that I always have. You know the one. Where's my picture? Where is it? Stream Elements bot running on to customize the bot. Shut up, Stream Elements. Now I have to wait until fucking July to see how it finishes. Oh yeah. I can't wait. I haven't caught up to 1,000 Year Blood War yet. I need to. Because I want to be up on it when we're ready, when we're there. Where's my fucking Heroes of Olympus? There it is. There it is. Okay. All right, as McConaughey would say. Boom. There it is. Okay. Before the preamble. Okay, let's talk about. Let's try to remember what happened last time. I only read the one chapter, so it shouldn't be that much. Oh, Jane, Medea, where were they? What is the synopsis? I'm gonna try to remind myself, refresh my memory. Ooh, that's bright. Does that look like shit? That doesn't look like shit. No, it doesn't look that bad. Hello, a dash of delicious tafe. How are you doing? I'm good, man. How are you? I don't think I've seen you around these parts before. Welcome. If someone can remind me what the fuck we read last time, that'd be awesome. If not, I'm gonna have to refresh our memory just by skimming through this last Piper chapter. Exploded building, I think. You work for Enceladus, she said. Medea Lab, serve a giant, but we all serve same greater cause. A patron, you cannot challenge, walk away, child of reality. It's not to be your death too. Save yourself and your father can go free. Something about that. About Piper. I vaguely remember. Yeah, I vaguely remember. This is the challenge, and I can't look up like a plot summary because freaking like there's no like chapters. Hold on, what is this? Like 20. What is this? XX. I should know this, but I'm losing my nerd card right now by not knowing what like Roman numeral this is. Roman numeral XXIX. What is this? 29. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. The Lost Hero, chapter 28, summary. What happens? Piper uses her charm speak to break Medea's spell over Jason and lead her in the fight against the sorcerers in Chicago department store. Medea unleashes the Sun Dragon and reveals and manipulated. She manipulated Jane to capture Piper's dad. Piper throws a shield to foil Medea and heroes escape on Festus. Okay, that's what happened. Thank you, plot summary. And just to kind of remember also, because let's do the plot summary for chapters 25 to 27. Jason receives a vision from a trapped Hera. The rising giants with the trio travels to Chicago. Is dangerous traps monsters. Okay, no, okay, okay, I remember. I'm good. Okay, we got it. We're good. Brain locked in. I love this book. Medea controlled Jason and Leo to fight each other with charm speak. Snap them out using charm speak. Cool. I've had a dusty ass tab up for the Lost Hero audiobook that has been open for almost a year. Why do you just have this tab open, dog? And they picked up Coach Hedge and some Storm Spirits. Hey, I'm better than Blonde Severio. You were taking too long, Bonnie. I needed results. I needed quick, fast results. Okay, but all right, no worries. I'm caught up. Champagne, otherwise known as cranberry juice. And let's not waste time. I'm gonna try to stream for 2 hours today. Probably not any longer than 2 hours. And it's already been 6 minutes. So let's see how much I can get through in that time. We are on chapter 29, Leo. Back, might go it again. All right, let's go. Is this snow? Let me turn this fan off. You probably hear this. I don't want you to hear that because it's annoying, probably. So I was going to read this book last year when you started it, and I definitely didn't get far. It's hard to get through for some reason because it's not like it's bad. Like I'm not enjoying it, but it's just not as engaging because it's Percy-less. I don't know. Anyways, Leo kept looking back. He half expected to see those nasty sun dragons toting a flying chariot with a screaming magical saleswoman throwing potions, but nothing followed them. He steered the dragon toward the southwest. Eventually, the smoke from the burning department store faded in the distance, but Leo didn't relax until the suburbs of Chicago gave way to snowy fields, and the sun began to set. Good job, Festus! He patted the dragon's metal hide. You did awesome! The dragon shuddered, gears popped and clicked in his neck. Leo frowned. He didn't like those noises. If the control disc was failing again, no. Hopefully it was something minor, something he could fix. I'll give you a tune-up next we land, Leo promised. You've earned some motor oil and Tabasco sauce. This is the weakest book in the Heroes of Olympus series, I've heard. It's because Son of Neptune is next. I just know it. I watched this thing recently that said Son of Neptune is mid. I don't know how true that is because before that I just kept hearing that Son of Neptune was peak, and I'm excited because the cover looks so good. So that worries me. Is it mid? Like, is Son of Neptune not amazing? Festus whirled his teeth, but even that sounded weak. He flew at a steady pace, his great wings angling to catch the wind, but he was carrying a heavy load, 2 cages in his claws, plus 3 people on his back. The more Leo thought about it, the more worried he got. Even metal dragons had limits. Leo, Pepper patted his shoulder. You feeling okay? Yeah, not bad for a brainwashed zombie. He hoped he didn't look as embarrassed as he felt. Thanks for saving us back there, Beauty Queen. If you hadn't talked me out of that spell, don't worry about it, Pepper said. But Leo worried about it. He felt terrible about how easily Medea had set him against his best friend. Oh, Piper's his best friend? No, Jason using. And those feelings hadn't come from nowhere. His resentment of the way Jason always got the spotlight and didn't really seem to need him. Leo did feel that way sometimes, even if he wasn't proud of it. What bothered him more was the news about his mom. Medea had seen the future down in the underworld. That was how her patron, the one in black, earthen robes, had come to the machine shop 7 years ago to scare him and ruin his life. That's how his mother had died, because something Leo might do someday. So in a weird way, even if his fire powers weren't to blame, Mom's death was still his fault. When they had left Medea in that exploding store, Leo had felt a little too good. He hoped she wouldn't make it out, and it would go right back to the fields of punishment, where she belonged. Those feelings didn't make him proud. Either if the souls were coming back from the underworld, was it possible Leo's mom could be brought back? He tried to put the idea aside. That was Frankenstein thinking. It wasn't natural. It wasn't right. Medea might have been brought back to life, but she hadn't seemed quite human with the hissing nails and the glowing head and whatnot. Damn, I'd put up this whole thing just to forget to put it on the screen. Hold on, the chat. There we go. I'm fucking stupid. Sorry, this is my first day on YouTube, guys. I did this whole stupid dumb nonsense just to forget to put it on the screen. What a buffoon. Total buffoon moment. Freaking. I just noticed that as well. Boom. Hold on 1 second. I need to freaking do something because it's hot in this bitch. It's a freaking issue. Son of Neptune is your favorite book? I remember almost nothing from this book. I only read it once back when it came out, so these streams have been a great reminder. Oh, they've been a pretty bad reminder because they've been so infrequent. I would say, never say mid when describing Son of Neptune. Whoever said Son of Neptune is mid, he's still lay off the pipe. I was just gonna say, yeah, I'm sorry. It's my first day, guys. This is my first day as a PA system. First day jitters. If you get that reference, you're goated. No, Leo's mom had passed on. Thinking any other way would just drive Leo nuts. Still, the thought kept poking at him, like an echo of Medea's voice. We're going to have to put him down soon. He warned his friends, a couple more hours maybe, to make sure Medea's not following us. I don't think Festus can fly much longer than that. Yeah, Piper agreed. Coach Head probably wants to get out of his canary cage too. Question is, where are we going? The Bay Area? Leo guessed. His memories of the department store were fuzzy, but he seemed to remember hearing that. Didn't Medea say something about Oakland? Piper didn't respond for so long. Leo wondered if he said something wrong. Piper's dad, Jason put in. Something's happened to your dad, right? He got lured into some kind of trap. Piper let out a shaky breath. Look, Medea said you would both die in the Bay Area. And besides, even if we went there, the Bay Area is huge. First, we need to find Aeolus and drop off the storm spirits. Boreas said Aeolus was the only one who could tell us exactly where to go, Leo went in. So how do we find Aeolus? Jason leaned forward. You mean you don't see it? He pointed ahead of them, but Leo didn't see anything except the clouds and the lights of a few towns glowing in the dusk. What? Leo asked. That whatever it is, Jason said, in the air. Leo glanced back. Piper just looked just as confused as he was. Right, Leo said. Could you be more specific on whatever it is part? Like a vapor trail, Jason said, except it's glowing, really faint, but it's definitely there. We've been following it since Chicago, so I figured you saw it. Leo shook his head. Maybe Festus can sense it. You think Aeolus made it? Well, it's a magic trail in the wind, Jason said. Aeolus is the wind god, and I think he knows we've got prisoners for him. My chair's all the way back there. Chair, can you come up here, please? Thank you, appreciate it. He's telling us where to fly, or it's another trap. Her tone worried Leo. She didn't just sound nervous, she sounded broken with despair. Like they'd already sealed their fate, and like it was her fault. Pipes, you alright? He asked. Don't call me that. Bitch, why? I was about to say I like that nickname. Okay, fine. You don't like any of the names I make up for you, but if your dad's in trouble, we can help. You can't, she said, her voice getting shakier. Look, I'm tired, if you don't mind. She leaned back against Jason and closed her eyes. All right, Leo thought, pretty clear signal. She didn't want to talk. They flew in silence for a while. Festus seemed to know where he was going. He kept his course, gently curving toward the southeast and hoping Aeolus Fortress, another wind god to visit. A whole new flavor of crazy. Oh boy, Leo couldn't wait. He had way too much on his mind, but now he was out of danger. His body had different ideas. His energy level was crashing. The monotonous beat of the dragon wings made his eyes feel heavy. Freaking dragon ASMR. His head started to nod. Catch a few Z's, Jason said. It's cool. Hand me the reins. Nah, I'm okay. Leo, Jason said. You're not a machine. Besides, I'm the only one who can see the vapor trail. I'll make sure we stay on course. Leo's eyes started to close on their own. Alright, maybe just... He didn't finish the sentence before slumping forward against the dragon's warm neck. Bro, that's a dangerous game to play, sleeping on a flying fucking vehicle like that. In his dreams, he heard a voice full of static, like a bad AM radio. I always forget that when they fall asleep, some plot shit's still gonna happen. Hello, is this thing working? Leo's visions came into focus, and they fall asleep a lot in this book. Like, they sleep so much in this one. Leo's vision came into focus. Sort of everything was hazy and gray, with bands of interference running across his sight. He never dreamed of the bad connection before. He seemed to be in a workshop. I Out of the corners of his eyes, he saw bench saws, metal laths, and tool cages. A forge glowed cheerfully against one wall. It wasn't the camp forge, too big. Not Bunker 9, much warmer and more comfortable. Obviously not abandoned. Then Leo realized something was blocking the middle of his view. Something large and fuzzy, and so close, Leo had to cross his eyes to see it properly. It was a large, ugly face. That's rude. Holy mother, he yelped. The face backed away and came into focus. Staring him down, it was a bearded man in grimy blue coveralls. His face was lumpy and covered with welts, as if he'd been bitten by a million bees or dragged across gravel, possibly both. The man said. Holy father, boy. I should think you'd know the difference. Leo blinked. Hephaestus? Oh, let's go. Being in the presence of his father for the first time, Leo probably should have been speechless or awestruck or something. But after what he'd been through the last couple of days, with Cyclopses and his sorcerers and a face in the potty sludge, all Leo felt was a surge of complete annoyance. Now you show up, he demanded. After 15 years, great parenting, Furface. When do you get out sticking your ugly nose into my dreams? The god raised an eyebrow. That's some Percy Jackson shit to say. Usually they're like, oh my lord, how may I serve you? The god raised an eyebrow. A little spark caught fire in his beard, and he threw back his head and laughed so loudly the tools rattled on the workbenches. You sound just like your mother, Hephaestus said. I miss Esperanza. She's been dead 7 years, Leo's voice trembled. Not that you'd care, but I do care, boy. About both of you. Which is why I never saw you before today. The god made a rumbling sound in his throat, but he looked more uncomfortable than angry. He pulled a minute. Also, he has to care. Percy told him that he has to pay child support now. So, like, it's literally a law. Hi guys, I'm back. Welcome back. Being a demigod sucks so bad. Like, damn, can him catch a break with unconsciousness. Nah, I would love it. It'd be great. Don't even trip. It'd be fun. I mean, maybe if you're trash. Like, you know, fucking, I don't know. Somebody trash. The Stoll brothers, I don't know. He pulled a miniature motor from his pocket, or Selena Beauregard, even though I love saying Selena. He pulled a miniature motor from his pocket and began fiddling absently with the pistons, just the way Leo did when he was nervous. I'm not good with children, the god confessed, or people, or any organic life forms, really. I thought about speaking to you at your mom's funeral. Then again, when you were in 5th grade, and that science project you made, steam-powered chicken chucker, very impressive. You saw that? Hephaestus pointed to the nearest work table, where a shiny bronze mirror showed a hazy image of Leo asleep on the dragon's back. Is that me? Leo asked. Like me right now? Having this dream? Looking at me having a dream? Hephaestus scratched his beard. Now you've confused me, but yes, it's you. I'm always keeping an eye on you, Leo. But I'm talking to you is different. You're scared, Leo said. Grommets and gears, the god yelled. Of course not. Grommets and gears! Yeah, you're scared, but Leo's anger seeped away. He spent years thinking about what he'd say to his dad if they ever met. How Leo would chew him out for being a deadbeat. Now looking at the bronze mirror, he thought about his dad watching his progress over the years, even his stupid science experiment. Maybe Hephaestus was still a jerk, but Leo kind of understood where he was coming from. Leo knew about running away from people, not fitting in. He knew about hiding out in a workshop rather than trying to deal with organic life forms. So, you grumble? You keep track of all your kids? You got like 12 back at camp. How do you even... Never mind. I don't want to know. That's a good ass. I was going to ask the same question. Do you like the Magnus Chase series? I've never read it. And to be honest, I have no plans on reading it because it just doesn't sound... It just like Magnus Chase is a stupid name. So, like, I don't know if I'll ever venture out into the other Riordanverse series, but if I do, the next one I will read after finishing the entire Percy saga is the Kane Chronicles. If that is the only one that I've been minorly interested in other than the Percy Jackson stuff. Hephaestus might have blushed, but his face was so beat up and red it was hard to tell. Gods are different from mortals, boy. We can exist in many places at once. Wherever people call on us, wherever our sphere of influence is strong. In fact, it's rare our entire essence is ever together in one place. Interesting. Our true form. It's dangerous. Powerful enough to destroy any mortal who looks upon us. Oh, finally we get an explanation for this. That's interesting. So yes, lots of children. Add to that are different aspects, Greek and Roman. The god's finger froze on his engine project. Or that is to say, being a god is complicated. And as I try to keep an eye on all my children, but you especially, because you have the fire ship. Lee was pretty sure Hephaestus had almost slipped and said something important, but he wasn't sure what. Fucking brace yourself, dog. Why contact me now? Leo asked. I thought the gods had gone silent. We have, Hephaestus grumped. This is orders. Very strange, even for him. He's blocked all visions, dreams, and iris messages to and from Olympus. He can block dreams? Zeus can control the dream flow? That's crazy. Hermes is sitting around, bored out of his mind, because he can't deliver the mail. Fortunately, I kept my pirate broadcasting equipment. Hephaestus patted the machine on the table. It looks like a combination satellite dish. Bro, I'm so glad they're telling me this stuff because I'd forgotten the stakes. I just thought, we need to find Percy. But now it's like, the gods have gone silent. Piper's dad is in trouble and she has to betray them. Jason doesn't know who he is. And Leo, something with Leo that I forget. Like he's evil or something. Where was I? Leo's dream flickered and changed color. Use this in the Cold War, the god said faintly. Radio free Hephaestus. Those were the days. I kept it around for pay-per-view. Mostly or making viral brain videos. But now it's coming in handy again. If Zeus knew I was contacting you, he'd have my hide. Why are you being such a jerk? Harump, he excels at that, boy. I love how he calls him Zeus and not dad. I mean, obviously he would, right? Because like Greek gods are different, but it's just your dad, you know? Hephaestus called him boy as if Leo were an annoying machine part, an extra washer maybe, that had no clear purpose, but that Hephaestus didn't want to throw away for the fear he might need it someday. That's an astute observation. Not exactly heartwarming. Then again, Leo wasn't sure he wanted to be called son. Leo wasn't about to start calling this big guy big awkward ugly guy dad. Also, another thing about this book, it is the longest book in the series so far. So there's probably a thing where it's like, oh, this is Riordan's first time pacing a novel this large. So he's probably, and he's a pretty fast learner when it comes to writing. So the Son of Neptune, I imagine, is paced better. This one is paced very slowly. Not that I super mind, but it is noticeable especially when comparing it to The Last Olympian, Battle of the Labyrinth, Titan's Curse. Yeah. Not exactly heartwarming. Then again, Leo wasn't sure he wanted to be called son. Leo wasn't much to start calling this big, awkward, ugly guy dad. Hephaestus got tired of his engine and tossed it over his shoulder. Before it could hit the floor, it sprouted helicopter wings and flew itself into a recycling bin. It was a second Titan War, I suppose. Hephaestus said, that's what got Zeus upset. We gods were all embarrassed. Yeah, by Percy fucking Jackson, by the goat of all time. Don't think there's any other way to say it, but you won, Leo said. The god grunted. We won because the demigods of... Again, he hesitated as if he'd almost made a slip. Of Camp Half-Blood took the lead. Ooh, interesting. Yes, this is just the Camp Jupiter theory that I had earlier. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah, and it was so different because it wasn't first person Percy. Now it's third person no Percy, which is exciting. I don't really mind. But I don't even know if you guys remember that, like, Percy's gone, he has no memory, and my theory was that he is with, and obviously you guys know, but I don't. My theory is that he's with Camp Jupiter kids, like Jason is with Camp Half-Blood kids, and they both have their memories gone, but he's like the hero of Camp, like, Jupiter, and he doesn't know that. And so maybe there's another side to the Titan War that we didn't see because we're only following Percy, which would be very interesting, and I'd love that. If it's not that, I'm going to be mildly disappointed, though. I'm not going to lie to you. It wouldn't be clear children fought our battles for us, smarter than we did. If we'd relied on Zeus's plan, we'd have all gone down to Tartarus, fighting the storm giant Typhon, and Kronos would have won. Had enough mortals won our war for us. But enough mortals won our war for us. But then that young upstart, Percy Jackson, Mike out. The guy who's missing. Yes, him. Or he's missing. Oh, for sure he is. He's not at another camp just like you. He had the nerve to turn down our offer of immortality and tell us to pay better attention to our children. How dare he make me pay my child support? No offense. Oh, the gods hate him, but I love him for it. How can I take offense? Please go on ignoring me. Mighty understanding of you. Festus Then sighed wearily. That was sarcasm, wasn't it? Machines don't have sarcasm usually. Festus, are you autistic, bro? Obviously, probably not, because you're a guy, but you have some autistic tendencies. But as I was saying, who the fuck is this? Anyways, okay. The gods felt ashamed shown up by mortals. At first, of course, we were grateful, but after a few months, those feelings turned bitter. Haters, they're hating, bro. Percy Jackson, he's too goated for them. We're God, after all. We need to be admired, looked up to, held in awe and admiration. Little bitch. Even if you're wrong, especially then. And to have Jackson refuse our gift, as if being mortal were somehow better than being a god, well, that's stuck in Zeus's craw. Oh, Uncle's mad. He decided it was high time we got back on traditional values. Gods were to be respected, our children were to be seen and not visited. Percy literally told you, you made him a promise to do that. You literally can't undo it now. Olympus was closed, at least that was part of his reasoning. And of course we started hearing of bad things stirring under the earth. The giants, you mean. Monsters reforming instantly, the dead rising again, little stuff like that. Aye, boy. Hephaestus turned a knob on his pirate broadcasting machine. Leo's dream sharpened to full color. Oh, that's cool. Oh, God. Season 6, bro. Percy Jackson Season 6. I wonder if they're going to call it Season 6, or if they're just going to do Heroes of Olympus shit. I wonder. Leo's dream sharpened to full color, but the god's face was such a riot of red welts and yellow and black bruises. Leo wished it would go back to black and white. Zeus thinks he can reverse the tide, the god said. Lola back to sleep as long as we stay quiet. None of us really believes that. I don't mind saying we're in no shape to fight another war. We barely survived the Titans. Lock in, bro. If we're repeating the old pattern, what comes next is even worse. The giants, Leo said. Hera said demigods and gods had to join forces to defeat them. Is that true? I hate to agree with my mother about anything, but yes, those giants are tough to kill, boy. They're a different breed. Breed? You make them sound like racehorses. Ha, the god said, more like war dogs. Back in the beginning, you see, everything in creation came from the same parents, Gaia and Uranus. Earth and sky. They had their different images of children. Your Titans, your Cyclopses, and so forth. Then Kronos, that of the Titans, well, you've probably heard how he chopped up his father, Uranus, with a scythe and took over the world. Dang, so it's a freaking cycle. I imagine Uranus is coming back this time, you know. Not Kronos, it's this guy. Probably. Sorry. Mucus and all that. With a scythe and took over the world. The weak gods came along, children of the Titans, and defeated them. But that wasn't the end of it. The earth bore a new batch of children. Except they were sired by Tartarus, the spirit of the eternal abyss, the darkest, most evil place in the underworld. Those children, the giants, were bred for one purpose: revenge on us for the fall of the Titans. They rose up to destroy Olympus, and they came awfully close. Festus' beard began to smolder. He absolutely swatted out the flames. Fucking endeavor. What my blessed mother Hera is doing now. Oh, so he's calling Hera mom, but doesn't call Zeus dad. Interesting. She's a meddling fool playing a dangerous game. But she's right about one thing: we demigods have to unite. That's the only way to open Zeus's eye. Convince the Olympians they must accept your help. Oh, interesting. Uncommon Hephaestus W? And that's the only way to defeat what's coming. You're a big part of that, Leo. The god's gaze seemed far away. Leo wondered if he really could split himself into different parts, or else he was. Where else was he right now? Maybe his Greek side was fixing a car or going on a date, while his Roman side was watching a ball game and ordering pizza. We would try to imagine what it would be like to have multiple personalities. Except it wasn't hereditary. Why me? He asked. And as soon as he said it, more questions flooded. Hephaestus probably like, Why claim me now? Why not when I was 13, like you're supposed to? Because then you'd be too young for the Disney Plus series, and we'd have to age you up anyways. Why not when I was 13, like you're supposed to? You could have claimed me at 7 before my mom died. Why didn't you find me earlier? Why didn't you warn me about this? Does nobody tell you they can't claim you too early? Leo's hands burst into flames. Vestas regarded him sadly. Hardest part, boy. Letting my child walk their own path. Interfering doesn't work. The fates make sure of that. As for the claiming, you were a special case, boy. The timing had to be right. I can't explain it much more. But Leo's dream went fuzzy. Just for a moment, it turned into a rerun of Wheel of Fortune. Then I thought I was going to say Wheel of Time. Then Hephaestus came back into focus. Blast, he said. I can't talk much longer. This is sensing an illegal dream. He's sensing an illegal dream. He is Lord of the Air, after all, including the airway. Just listen, boy. You have a role to play. Your friend Jason is right. Fire is a gift, not a curse. I don't give that blessing to just anyone. Oh, he can pick and choose. They'll never defeat the giants without you, much less the mistress they serve. She's worse than any god or titan. Who? Leo demanded. Hephaestus frowned. His image became fuzzier. I told you. Yes, I'm pretty sure I told you. Just be warned. Along the way, you're going to lose some friends and some valuable tools. Interesting. This isn't your fault, Leo. Nothing lasts forever. Not even the best machines. And everything can be reused. What do you mean? I don't like the sound of that. No, you shouldn't. Hephaestus' image was barely visible. Now, just a blob and static. Just watch out for Leo's dream will switch to Wheel of Fortune, just as the wheel hit bankrupt and the audience said, "Aww." Then Leo snapped awake to Jason and Piper screaming. Fucking, you couldn't have kept the signal on for half a more second so I could hear what we had to watch out for. Of course not, because plot. Fucking bitch. And that's the end of the first Leo chapter. How are we looking on time? 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes in. Maybe I can get through 3 more chapters before this stream ends. What did I miss in the chat? Yeah, I can imagine trying to write from the perspective of 3 different characters and keeping it interesting is more challenging. What's also really interesting is this, I don't know if it's maybe just because my only other experience in this kind of storytelling is Game of Thrones, but typically when Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire does it, the different perspectives are for characters in different places. So Riordan could have just chosen to write a third-person omniscient book where, you know, it's just like, it's not following one person at a specific time. But he chose to do this third-person perspective book, which is kind of like this thing where like, which it adds to something because like instead of like the reader following along with the story from this like point of view of like everybody, it's like Piper knows stuff that Leo doesn't know, and Leo knows stuff that Jason doesn't know, and so forth. And that's really interesting. And so that them having this dynamic, writing this book like this, I don't know. Maybe this is a common thing, but I don't read that much, so I don't know that maybe books that do this. But that is interesting to me. Probably not. I would love to see it adapted as well, but it should likely be a separate series. Much as hope they're able to get through the first 5 books. Right? I was shocked to see season 3 was going to come out this year. No, I knew it was gonna happen. Knew it. Because first of all, I knew they were filming before season 2 even came out, and also, it's like the film industry is changing now. We're doing this thing now where we are stopping, you know, shows coming out every 3 years. We're going back to how we were doing it before, but for streaming now, where it's after the season wraps, we're gonna give you like, you know, a 3 months break and then film the next season, etc. But I'm just glad they're shortening their release time. Just waiting on Disney to renew seasons 4 and 5. It's probably gonna happen because season 2 is so good, you know. Season 2 is so good. Season 3 is gonna come out. Like by the time season 3 is out, season 4 is gonna probably be filming, and yeah, we're probably gonna get the end of the show is probably gonna be here before you know it. But honestly, though, I'd prefer them to make it a season 6. That I feel like that would just be less confusing. Like I get it. Like Heroes of Olympus is its own thing. Maybe you want it to be called Heroes of Olympus, but it's still within the Percy Jackson franchise. I don't know. I would like for it to just be in one big package. I feel like that would be, at least for me, that'd be cool. Anyways, chapter review. Good chapter. I really like the conversation Leo had with Hephaestus, and I like more that it's reminded me, hey, I know you didn't read this book for 4 months, so this is what happened. yada yada yada. Writing it the way he did made it so each character has 1/3 of the full perspective on what's happening and slowly get on the same page. Yeah, which I like. It adds to the drama of the series for sure. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, especially because I don't have too many thoughts on it. I thought it was fine. No really interesting revelations. No big nothing. It really would make sense because Heroes of Olympus takes place around 6 months after Last Olympian. But like Bonnie, season 2, like the Sea of Monsters takes place 12 months after fucking the Lightning Thief. You know what I mean? Like I don't really think that really matters. Like as a reason, like I get what you're trying to say, but I don't think it really matters. You know, it's in the same verse. They probably are gonna make it like a different thing. But also my issue is like what happens when they go back and they have to do, you know, the college trilogy that they're doing right now. Are they gonna do Percy Jackson season 6 and it's gonna be the college trilogy, or is that gonna be, you know, season 11 or season 16? I don't know, because are they gonna do Trials of Apollo? Even though Percy's not in Trials of Apollo, right? If I'm not mistaken, like he's not in it at all, or is he like in it? Like he makes small appearances sometimes. I don't know. He is like, is he a prominent character in that series? Because I heard he wasn't. But I'm curious to know, because if it's Percy-less, I've only read the first book, so I don't know. Okay. Because if the amount of Percy within Trials of Apollo is going to dictate if I read Trials of Apollo or not. Because I don't know if I'm as invested as other characters, seeing other characters with Percy. Like, if you told me Heroes of Olympus was like completely Percy-less, I don't think I'd want to read that. Do we need an anime style Last Time on the Lost Hero and it's 15 pages of what you just read, and then it gets to the chapter and it's only 5 pages? I would love that. I would love to see an animated Percy Jackson series as well, because I think in some aspects it would be cooler. Like obviously the series is doing a good job right now, but in some aspects it would be cooler. Anyways, we're not gonna keep yapping because I need to keep reading. Chapter 30. Leo again. They spiraled through the dark in a free fall, still on the dragon's back. Hephaestus' hide was cold. Oh shit, they're falling. His ruby eyes were dim. Not again, Leo yelled. You can't fall again. He could barely hold on. The wind stung his eyes, but he managed to pull open the panel on the dragon's neck. He toggled the switches. He tugged the wires. The dragon's wings flapped once, but Leo caught a whiff of burning bronze. The drive system was overloaded. Festus didn't have the strength to keep flying, and Leo can get the main control panel on the dragon's head. Oh shit. Not in midair, he saw the lights of a city below them, just flashes in the dark as they plummeted in circles. They had only seconds before they crashed. Jason! He screamed, "Take Piper and fly out of here!" Oh my god, I forgot Jason can just fucking fly. Hey! What? We need to lighten the load. I might be able to reboot Festus. He's carrying too much weight. What about you? Piper cried. If you can't reboot him, I'll be fine. Leo yelled. Yeah, I'll just do my fire thing and I'll float. Just follow me to the ground. Go! Jason grabbed Piper around her waist. They both unbucked and led their harness. Oh, they have harnesses on. In a flash, they were gone, shouting into the air. Now, Leo said, just you and me, Festus. They're 2 heavy cages. You can do it, boy. Leo talked to the dragon while he worked. Falling at terminal velocity, you could see the silhouettes below him, getting closer and closer. He summoned fire in his hand so he could see what he was doing, but the wind kept extinguishing it. He built a wire that he thought connected the dragon's nerve center to its head. He hoped for a little waking up jolt. Festus groaned. Metal creaked inside his neck. His eyes flickered weakly to life. He spread his wings. They were faltered into a sleep guide. Good, Leo said. Come on, big boy, come on. But they were still flying in way too hot. And the ground was too close. Leo needed a place to land, fast. It was a big river. No, not good for a fire-breathing dragon. He'd never get Festus out of the bottom if he sank, especially in freezing temperatures. And then on riverbanks, we spotted a white mansion with snowy lawn inside, a tall brick perimeter fence, like some rich person's private compound. all of it blazing with light. A perfect landing field. He did his best to steer the dragon toward it, and Festus seemed to come back to life. They could make this, then everything went wrong. As they approached the lawn, spotlights along the fence, so that word is rubbed off on the fence, fixed on them, blinding Leo. He heard bursts like tracer fire, the sound of metal being cut to shreds, and boom, Leo blacked out. Damn, Leo's dead. Rip. End of series. When Leo came to his senses, Jason and Piper were leaning over him. He was lying in the snow, covered in mud and grease. He spit a clump of frozen gas out of his mouth. Where? Lie still, Piper had tears in her eyes. You rolled pretty hard when Festus... Where is he? Leo sat up, but his head felt like it was floating. It landed inside the compound, something that had happened on the way in. Gunfire? Seriously, Leo, Jason said. You could be hurt. You shouldn't... Leo pushed himself to his feet. Then he saw the wreckage. Festus must have dropped the big canary cages as he came over the fence, because they had rolled in different directions and landed on their sides, perfectly undamaged. Festus hadn't been so lucky. The dragon had disintegrated. What? His limbs were scattered across the lawn. His tail hung on the fence. The main section of his body had plowed a trench 20 feet wide and 50 feet long across the mansion's yard before breaking apart. What remained of his hide was a charred, smoking pile of scraps. Only his neck and head were somewhat intact, resting across a row of frozen rose bushes like a pillow. No, Leo sobbed. He ran to the dragon's head and stroked its snout. The dragon's eyes flickering weakly. Oil leaked out of his ear. You can't go, Leo pleaded. You're the best thing I ever fixed. The dragon's head's whirring its gears as if it were purring. Jason and Piper stood next to him, while Leo kept his eyes fixed on the dragon. He remembered what Hephaestus had said. That isn't your fault, Leo. Nothing lasts forever. Not even the best machines. His dad had been trying to warn him. It's not fair, he said. The dragon clicked. Long creak. 2 short clicks. Creak, creak. Almost like a pattern, triggering an old memory in Leo's mind. Leo realized Hephaestus was trying to say something. He was using Morse code, just like Leo's mom had taught him years ago. Leo listened more intensely, translating the clicks into letters. A simple message repeating over and over. Yeah, Leo said. I understand. I will. I promise. The dragon's eyes went dark. Festus was gone. Leo cried. He wasn't even embarrassed. His friend stood on the other side, patting his shoulders, saying comforting things, but the buzzing in Leo's ears drowned out their words. Finally, Jason said, I'm so sorry, man. What did you promise Festus? Leo sniffled, helping the dragon's head panel just to be sure, but the control disc was cracked and burned beyond repair. Something my dad told me, Leo said. Everything can be reused. Your dad talked to you? Jason asked. When was this? Leo didn't answer. He worked at the dragon's neck hinges until the head was detached. It weighed about 100 pounds, but Leo managed to hold it in his arms. He looked up at the starry sky and said, take him back to the bunker. Dad, please. Until I can reuse him. I've never asked you for anything. The wind picked up and the dragon's head floated out of Leo's arms like it weighed nothing. Oh, that's sick. It flew into the sky and disappeared. That's really cool. Piper looked at him in amazement. He answered you? I had a dream, Leo managed. Tell you later. He knew he owed his friends a better explanation, but Leo could barely speak. He felt like a broken machine himself, like someone had removed one little part of him, and now he'd never be completed. He might move, he might talk, he might keep going and do his job, but he'd always be off balance, never calibrated exactly right. Still, he couldn't afford to break down completely. Otherwise, Festus had died for nothing. He had to finish his quest for his friends, for his mom, for his dragon. He looked around. The large white mansion glowed in the center of the grounds. Tall brick walls with lights and security cameras surrounded the perimeter. But now Leo could see, or rather sense, just how well those walls were defended. Where are we, Leo? He asked. I mean, what city? Omaha, Nebraska, Piper said. I saw a billboard as we flew in, but I don't know what this mansion is. We came in, right behind you. But as you were landing, Leo, I swear it looked like, I don't know, lasers, Leo said. He picked up a piece of dragon wreckage and threw it toward the top of the fence. Immediately, a turret popped up from the brick wall, and a beam of pure heat incinerated the bronze plates to ashes. Jason was some defense system. How are we even alive? Festus, Leo said miserably. He took the fire. Blades are sliced into bits as he came in, so they didn't focus on you. I led him into a death trap. You couldn't have known, Piper said. He saved our lives again. But what now? Jason said. The main gates are locked, and I'm guessing I can't fly us out of here without getting shot down. Leo looked up at the big white mansion. So you can't go out. We'll have to go in. And the plot demands it. Rather short chapter this time. Really nice. Back with Jason though. I know it's my nitpicking and I should shut up, but there was so many fights in season 2 that felt like a low budget production, and it kept throwing me off. Yes, there was. The one thing I agree, but like a couple things. One, the fights in episodes 7 and 8 I think were really good, especially in episode 8. That big war scene at Camp Halfway I thought was fantastic. Like maybe not fantastic, but it was still pretty good. Like in episode 8 is the best episode, but there were fights strewn throughout that weren't as good, and you can tell that Walker and Leia and all the actors are much better and much more comfortable fighting this season. And I don't know if it's because it could be a few reasons why that is. It could be because A, they're just simply not writing the fights to be that long, which is a bummer. B, they're limiting the amount of stunts that they're doing because they're children. C, they're just fucking not great at conducting fights. Or D, you have to remember, Tyson, every single shot with Tyson is a VFX shot. Every single shot with Tyson has tons of CGI work being put into it. And every single shot with Tyson looks amazing, it looks great, and it looks perfect. And so, like, if a large amount of their budget was just spent on making Tyson look as good as he did in every single episode, which might have been to why there wasn't a lot of fighting. Like, and there was not a fighting last season, but you can attribute that more to them being kids. I imagine, like, that it is my hope that we will see more bigger fights in the Titans Curse season than we did in this season, purely because they would not have to spend as much budget on the VFX for Tyson. That is what I might be wrong, but that's what I sincerely hope so, because the fights are getting better. Like, they're a lot better than they were last season, and I hope that they continue to get better. Like, if the show gets adapted continuously to this rate, season 2 was even better than the book. Like, the second season was better than the Sea Monsters book. There are some things that were omitted, but freaking there are so many things that that were so much better than Sea of Monsters, the book that I love. So if that keeps happening, if season 3 is better than Titan's Curse, if season 4 is better than Battle of the Labyrinth, if that's even possible, and so on, it's gonna be one of the best book adaptations ever done. Along with some changes to the story, I was disappointed with season 2, made me a little let down, but it's still infinitely better than the movie. Concur. There was some things, like, yeah, the Tyson relationship changed. I like things with Tyson that happened more in the book, but overall, I think the story was much better than in Sea of Monsters. You're not the only one, but Disney gave them the same budget as season 1, if you believe it. So I know they had to cut a lot just to make do. If that's true, then it's spectacular what they're doing. Actually, let me look that up right now. I'm curious if season 3, does Percy Jackson season 3 have a bigger budget than season 2? Low views? Really? Please tell me that. Ooh, I hope that's not true. After 3 weeks of release, Percy Jackson Season 2 is significantly underperforming compared with its predecessor, receiving 483 million US minutes streamed in that time versus Season 1's 1.3 billion. 483 million, still a pretty good number. This equates to 11.2 million total estimated views for Season 2 versus 31.5 million for Season 3. oof, come on. You can do it. You can do it, Percy Jackson. You can fucking do it. It's crazy that season 1 got so many streams though. Like 1.3 billion. Damn. Well, the debut season had the advantage of premiering in a prime window for teen fans, holiday break view. The first 2 episodes dropped December 19th, whereas season 2 premiered December 10th. This remains a major come down for one of the biggest Disney hits of all time. It is true that the budget was not increased for Percy Jackson Season 2. What we are seeing is ingenuity, creativity, and collaboration at the highest level. Every single department led by masterclass people firing on all cylinders all season. Yes, which is crazy because Season 2 is much better. So maybe it's just that, like, Season 1 put so many people... Because I know a lot of people weren't fans of Season 1 because of, like, it didn't adapt it as strongly as they were hoping, because Rick made a lot of promises that he didn't really keep up on. So that could be a big thing. But I hope that they pull it back, because people hopefully hear, spread the word, Season 2 is better than Season 1, better than the book even. And hopefully they continue that with Titan's Curse and so on and so forth. I'm so glad they didn't show... I'm so excited for Titan's Curse to be adapted. We won't have the movies to compare it to anymore. I know. It's the first time we're getting, like, this, like, 100% new Percy stuff. 100% new. Especially when I read Titan's Curse, it was the first time I was like, I don't know literally anything about this part of the story at all. And it was great. So hopefully it Severance Season 2, it's not unheard of, because, like, Severance Seasons 2 blew Severance Season 1 out of the water. So hopefully Season 3 will come out, because Titan's Curse is great, and it'll bring everybody back, and they'll want to see it in the TikTok edits and everything, like, you want to watch it. Yeah, I did hear Season 1 was big, though. Season 2 is the biggest show on Disney right now, though. Hey, Percy's supreme. I mean, it doesn't have that much competition, It's not like Disney Plus releases so much content, but that's still a good thing. The Dyson looked great. What down? Dyson looked great, and the one-on-one fights are definitely better, but that final fight was pretty lame, in my opinion. It had a good section with Luke fighting Percy, but it was pretty... You think? No, I thought it was great. You didn't like Season 2 as much as you liked Season 1 of the book? Really? That's crazy to me. Because I felt Season 2 was decidedly better than both Season 1 and the book. Like, there was a lot about the concept for Sea of Monsters I thought was really strong when I read it, but I thought the execution was a lot weaker. Like, I think there's a lot in Sea of Monsters that is I thought the CC's section was good. That was really great. The only thing that is my issue is that Percy and Titus's relationship isn't conveyed as strong as it is in the book. Especially because they cut out that fight with Polyphemus that they both had. I think that's an absurd take, though. I think that's a genuinely absurd take, because I think Season 2 was decidedly better. Decidedly better than fucking in Season 1 and Sea of Monsters. I remember a lot of Sea of Monsters. And I remember a lot of Season 1. You watch them back to back. Like, it feels more intense. Like, especially one thing, in Season 1 they didn't feel like demigods. Like I was like, these just feel like some kids. I don't believe these kids are demigods. And then in Season 2 I was really like, oh, these are some demigods. These are them for sure. So I think Season 2 was far more realized than Season 1. Like, way stronger. But anyways, let's get into Jason now. Let me check my phone really quickly. Let's get into Jason. Jason would have died 5 times on the way to the front door if not for Leo. First, it was a motion-activated trapdoor on the sidewalk. Also, even though we've been gone for 4 months, I'm still most of the way down through this. So we're in the back half of the book, even though it doesn't feel like it. It still feels like the adventure is just starting, which is absurd. So died by times on the front door if not for Leo. First, it was the motion-activated trapdoor on the sidewalk, then lasers on the steps, and then the nerve gas dispenser on the porch railing. The pressure-sensitive poison spikes in the welcome mat, and of course, the exploding doorbell. Leo deactivated all of them. It was like he could smell the traps and he picked just the right tool out of his belt to disable them. "You're amazing, man," Jason said. Leo scowled as he examined the front door lock. "Yeah, amazing," he said. "Can't fix a dragon right, but I'm amazing." "Hey, that wasn't your... The Fez told you it's not your fault. Front door's already unlocked," Leo announced. Piper stared at the door in disbelief. "It is? All those traps and the door's unlocked? Well, if you got 5 sets of traps, I'd feel comfortable not locking my door." Leo turned the knob. The door swung open easily. He stepped inside without hesitation. Before Jason could follow, Piper caught his arm. He's going to need some time to get over Festus. "Don't take it personally," Jason said. "Yeah, okay." Hold on. "Yeah, okay." But still, he felt terrible. Back in Medea's store, he'd said some pretty harsh stuff to Leo. Stuff a friend shouldn't say. Not to mention the fact he'd almost skewered Leo with a sword. If it hadn't been for Piper, they'd both be dead. And Piper hadn't gotten out of the encounter easily either. "Piper," he said, "I know I was in a daze back in Chicago, but that stuff about your dad. If he's in trouble, I want to help. I don't care if it's a trap or not." Her eyes were always different colors, but now they looked shattered, as if she'd seen something she just couldn't cope with. "Jason, you don't know what you're saying. Please, don't make me feel worse. Come on, we should stick together." She ducked inside. "Together," Jason said to himself. Yeah, we're doing great with that." Jason's first impression of the house. Dark. In the echo of his footsteps, you could tell the entry hall was enormous, even bigger than Boreas's penthouse, but the only illumination came from the yard lights outside. A faint glow peeked through the breaks in the thick velvet curtains. The windows rose about 10 feet tall. Placed between them along the walls were life-sized metal statues. As Jason's eyes adjusted, he saw sofas arranged in a U in the middle of the room, with a central coffee table and one large chair at the far end. A massive chandelier glinted overhead. Along the back wall stood a row of closed doors where the lights switched. His voice echoed alarmingly through the room. "Don't see one," Leo said. "Fire?" Piper suggested. Leo held out his hand, but nothing happened. "It's not working. Your fire is out." "Why?" Piper asked. "Well, if I knew that." Okay, she said. "What do we do? Explore?" Leo shook his head. After all those traps outside, bad idea. Jason's skin tingled. He hated being a demigod. Get over it, bro. Looking around, he didn't see a comfortable room to hang out in. He imagined vicious storm spirits lurking in the curtains, dragons under the carpet, a chandelier made of lethal ice shards ready to impale them. "Leo's right," he said. "We're not separating again. Not like in Detroit." "Oh, thank you for reminding me." "The Cyclops," Piper's voice quavered. "I needed that." "It's a few hours until dawn," Jason guessed. "Too cold to wait outside. Let's bring the cages in and make camp in this room. Wait for daylight, then we can decide what to do." Nobody offered a better idea, so they rolled in the cages with Coach Hedge and the storm spirits and settled in. Thankfully, Leo didn't see any poison throw pillows on electric whoopee cushions on the sofas. Leo didn't seem in the mood to make more tacos. Besides, they had no fire, so they settled for cold rations. As Jason ate, he studied the metal statues along the walls. They looked like Greek gods or heroes. Maybe that was a good sign, or maybe they were used for target practice. On the coffee table sat a tea serve and a stack of glossy brochures, but Jason couldn't make out the words. The big chair at the other end of the table looked like a throne. None of them tried to sit in. The canary cages didn't make the place any less creepy. The venti kept churning in their prison, hissing and spinning, and Jason got the uncomfortable feeling they were watching him. He could sense their hatred for the children of Zeus and the Lord of the Sky who'd ordered Aeolus to imprison their kind. The venti would like nothing better than to tear Jason apart. As for Coach Hedge, he was still frozen mid-shout. His cudgel, whatever that is, raised. Leo was working on the cage. Trying to open it was with various tools, but the lock seemed to be giving him a hard time. Jason decided not to sit next to him in case Hedge suddenly unfroze and went into ninja goat mode. Hold on. Brrr, brrr, brrr. Okay. Despite how wired he felt, once his stomach was full, Jason started to nod off. The couches, bro, everybody's going to sleep, bro. The couches were a little too comfortable, a lot better than the dragon's back, and he'd taken the last 2 watches while his friends slept. He was exhausted. Piper had already curled up on the sofa. Jason wondered if she was really asleep. Or dodging a conversation about her dad. Whatever Medea had mentioned in Chicago about Piper getting her dad back, she cooperated. It didn't sound good. If Piper had risked her own dad to save them, that made Jason feel even guiltier. What is this? I like the change. I like the changes. The book villain was Polyphemus. Only the show gives his character a lot more. Luke and Percy's fight was cool in my opinion, since Luke is truly shown to be more experienced. It was cool. I really like the Polyphemus fight. It's probably my favorite fight in the entire series. Like top 5. If not my favorite, top 5, top 3. I have to be refreshed, but I really like that fight. So I was surprised to see it go, especially because it's a cool moment for Percy and Tyson. But I did like the Luke and Percy bit, because especially because in the thing, everybody's fighting around them, and Percy's like, oh, fucking, I just gotta beat Luke's ass. Luke's like, I just gotta beat Percy's, and it's great. And that was the moment for me that Luke actually felt like a real villain. Cause even before the entire series, it's this is just some guy. But he felt like actually threatening and imposing in that moment. Final Camp was so unnecessary. That is only highlighted the weakest of big battles looking a little goofy. It only served the purpose so that Luke also wants to use the fleece. To revive Thalia, and as soon as the fleece touched the tree, the fight ends, and Percy wakes up later, and they were just like, oh, the fight ended, they laughed, which made it feel like Luke's army doesn't really pose a threat. Also, no party ponies has got to be a hate crime. Man, this word restriction will not let me rant. Here's the thing. I get you. I think the ending of the fight was the weakest part. They yada yada'd, I was like, they woke up, okay, so did they just all fucking go home? I would have at least appreciated a throwaway line being yeah, I'm fucking, what's his name? I'm Chiron. Me and the party ponies, we pulled up, and Luke ran away. I would have appreciated that. I get the party ponies not being included, because what you gotta understand is that's a fuck ton of CGI money that they are spending to make Tyson look so good. So if I have to choose between Tyson being as consistent as he is in season 2 and looking as good as he does, I'm picking Tyson over party ponies. They're funny, I love them, but Tyson's a much more important character than the party ponies are. The value thing is the most interesting to me. Zeus's betrayal to her, it's going to give Luke's side make more sense in more ways than the book did. Yeah, I know. I love it. They're adding more depth to the story, which I appreciate. It'll make it more powerful when Thalia makes the choice to become a huntress. A thing I hated, but I will live with, because I love Thalia. She's so cool. I wanted to see more of her, but honestly, the fact that we got more of Clarice, which she's one of my favorite characters still, means hopefully I'm hoping we'll get more Clarice in future seasons, especially in books 4 and 5, especially in 5, because it has one of my favorite moments of the entire series. I'm sure you guys remember the where is Kronos? Is he a coward? So gas. I can't wait to see that. So gas. But also showing Thalia, that makes me think maybe we'll see Thalia more in the final war, because the huntresses, we hear the huntresses are off doing shit, but we never get to see them. So hopefully we see Thalia do shit in the final war. That'd be awesome. It'll make it more powerful. The party ponies didn't seem necessary, because in the end they were the way to escape the Princess Andromeda. It'd be a lot of budget to go into that too. Yes, I agree. Oh, the Luke and Percy fight is great, but I think it would have been better to be a 1v1 on the boat. Nah, you're tripping, bro. I'm sorry, dude. It gives Luke's war and Camp Half-Blood so much more agency if they're fighting at the tree. If they're fighting at the tree, it makes it so much more of a thing. The only thing I didn't like about that was the end. That's the only thing. Anyways, let's continue this. And they were running out of time. Jason had his days straight. This was early morning of December 20th. Oh shit, one day after fucking series came out. Which meant tomorrow was the winter solstice. Shit! I forgot that we were on a winter solstice time limit. Oh crap. Get some sleep, Leo said. Still working on the locked cage. It's your turn. Jason took a deep breath. Leo, I'm sorry about the stuff I said in Chicago. That wasn't me. You're not annoying, and you do take stuff seriously, especially your work. I wish I could do half the things you could do. Leo lowered his screwdriver, went to the ceiling, and shook his head. What am I gonna do with this guy? I tried very hard to be annoying, Leo said. Don't insult my ability to annoy. Oh my god. And how am I supposed to resent you if you go apologizing? I'm a lowly mechanic. You're like the prince of the sky, son of the lord of the universe. I'm supposed to resent you? Lord of the universe. Show you're all bam, lightning man, and watch me fly. I am the eagle that soars. Shut up, Valdez. Leo managed a little smile. Yeah, see, I do annoy you. I apologize for apologizing. Thank you. Oh my god, goated homies. Oh, what a goated homie moment. He went back to work, but the tension had been erased between them. Leo still looked sad and exhausted, just not quite so angry. Go to sleep, Jason, he ordered. Yeah, we have to. Go to sleep, Jason. We have to see your dream, too. We saw mine, now it's your turn. It's gonna take a few hours to get this goat man free. But I still gotta figure out how to make the wounds a smaller holding cell. Because I am not lugging that canary cage to California. You did fix Festus, you know, Jason said. You gave him a purpose again. I think this quest was the high point of his life. Jason was afraid he'd blown it. It made Leo mad again. But Leo just sighed. I hope, he said. Now sleep, man. I want some time without you organic life forms. Jason wasn't quite sure what that meant, but he didn't argue. He closed his eyes and had a long, blissfully dreamless sleep. Oh, word, never mind. I was wrong. I thought Rick was a hack, but he's not. I only woke when the yelling started. Jason leaped to his feet. He wasn't sure what was more jarring. The full sunlight that now bathed the room, or the screaming satyr. Coach is awake, Leo said, which was kind of unnecessary. Gleason Hedge was capering around on his furry hindquarters, swinging his club and yelling "Die!" as he smashed the tea set. Like the sofas in charge of the room. Coach! Jason yelled, Hedge turned breathing hard. His eyes were so wild. Jason was afraid he might attack. Beat his ass, Jason. The satyr still wearing his orange polo shirt and his coach's whistle. But his horns were clearly visible above his curly hair and his beefy hindquarters. We're definitely all goat. Could you call a goat beefy? Jason put the thought aside. You're the new kid, Hedge said, lowering his club. Jason, he looked at Leo. Now Hyper had apparently also just woken up. Her hair looked like it had become a nest for a friendly hamster. Oh, did the Aphrodite beauty charm wear off? Because that normally wouldn't happen, right? Valdez, McLean, the coach said. Who the fuck is McLean? What's going on? We're at the Grand Canyon. Oh, Piper. Never mind. The Animal Thulai were attacking, he zeroed in on the Storm Spirit cage, and his eyes went back to DEFCON 1. Die! Whoa, coach! We'll stop lifting his path, which is pretty brave, even though Hedge was 6 inches shorter. It's okay. They're locked up. We just sprang you from the other cage. Cage? What's going on? Just because I'm a satyr doesn't mean I can't have you doing plank push-ups, Valdez. What do you mean plank push-ups? It's either a plank or a push-up. It can't be both. Jason cleared his throat. Coach Gleason, whatever you want us to call you. You saved us at the Grand Canyon. You were totally brave. Of course I was. The extraction team came and took us to Camp Half-Blood. We thought we'd lost you. Then we got word the Storm Spirits had taken you back to their operator. Medea, that witch. Wait, that's impossible. She's mortal. She's dead. Yeah, well, Leo said. Somehow she got not dead anymore. Hedge nodded, his eyes narrowing. So, you were sent on a dangerous quest to rescue me. Excellent. Piper got to her feet. Actually, we were looking for Jackson. Piper got to her feet, holding out her hands so Coach Hedge wouldn't attack her. Actually, can I still call you Coach Hedge? Gleason seems wrong. We're on a quest for something else. We kind of found you by accident. Oh, Coach's spirit seemed to deflate, but only for a second. Then his eyes lit up again. But there are no accidents. Not on quests. This is meant to happen. This is the witch's lair, eh? Why is everything gold? Gold? Jason looked around from the way Lee and Piper caught their breath. He guessed they hadn't noticed yet either. The room was full of gold. The statues, the tea set, Hedge had smashed. The chair was definitely a throne. Even the curtains, which seemed to have opened by themselves at daybreak, appeared to be woven of gold fiber. Nice, Leo said. No wonder they got so much security. This isn't, Piper stammered, this isn't Medea's place, Coach. It's some rich person's mansion in Omaha. You got away from Medea and crushed landed here. It's destiny, Cupcakes, Hedge insisted. I meant to protect you. What's the quest? Before Jason could decide if he wanted to explain or... I wonder. I forget the prophecy. I hope they remind me. Or we got a prophecy, right? Before I go looking it up, let me know if we got a prophecy. Because if not, if we did, I'll look it up. 'Cause I want to remember what they said. Before Jason could decide if he wanted to, a pudgy man in a white bathrobe stepped out with a golden toothbrush in his mouth. He had a white beard and one of those long, old-fashioned sleeping caps pressed down over his white hair. He froze when he saw them, and the toothbrush fell out of his mouth. He glanced into the room behind him and called, "Son? Lit, come out here, please. There are strange people in the throne room." Coach Hedge did the obvious thing. He raised his club and shouted, "Die!" Coach Hedge is funny as fuck, though. I really like how they incorporated more Clarice in the show. Makes me think they'll do a good job with all the characters in future seasons. They just need longer runtimes to do so. I agree. I mean, for the most part, the episodes were a lot longer than season 1, which I really appreciated, except for 5 and 6. No, 6 and 6. 5 and 6? Except for 6 and 7. 6 and 7 were really short. But I think it's due to the budget constraints of the show, which hopefully Disney increases their budget. Jesus frickin' Christ, dude. We need bigger budget for Titan's Curse. Percy can't hold up a bad sky, bro. Annabeth can't. If I'm being honest, I don't think giving Annabeth a dream to let her know Fleece would revive Dahlia was all that good for the plot change. Why do you think that? Because I'm indifferent on it, to be honest. Like, I like the surprise that, like, oh shit, Thalia's back. I think that's really fun. But I also think adding the tension of, like, there's this child of Zeus being the most powerful god, and Thalia is even the most, like, intimidating, like, demigod Luke's ever met. And Luke is the most intimidating demigod any person at Camp Half-Blood's ever met. So Luke would be even scared of Thalia, you know what I mean? And so to see Luke scared of Thalia, like to everybody at Camp Half-Blood, Luke's the best. So then that makes Thalia even scarier, and so it gives us tension over this series that's like, oh shit, like this the most powerful demigod anybody's ever seen ever, is coming back, and what are they gonna do when they come back? Whose side are they gonna be on? Because that's gonna decide this war, or at least people feel like it is. I think, so I like that tension. I think it's good. I think Thalia coming back was too predictable to make it a plot twist for the show. That's also fair. I think, I obviously knew because of the movie, but, like, I probably would have predicted it. Maybe, I don't know. There's probably a good chance of people that did predict, that Thalia was going to come back. Heroes. Maybe I'll look it up in the book instead of, like, on the thing. Because I don't want to accidentally get some AI somewhere that said, and the prophecy comes true by this and this and this and this. Here it is. Child of lightning, beware the earth. The giants are avenged, the 7 shall birth. The forge and dove shall break the cage, in death unleashed through Hera's rage. Okay. How are we looking on time? 1:13? Okay. We could probably get through a few more chapters. I'll get through a few more chapters. This section has been really good, and it's ramping up to the finale. How many pages in it now? 5. God, this, like, there's like 200 more pages in this. Jesus Christ. Well, for what, it takes away from the surprise of her coming back, but it makes Annabeth seem more selfish, like she only cares about bringing it back to life. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that, Anthony. I'm sorry, man. Like again, I do think it takes away from the surprise, which I like the surprise, but I think trading the surprise for the tension is a good story decision, and it's interesting, and it works. I like the surprise is fun, but putting emphasis on the story and on Thalia's presence and it's still an oh shit moment when she's back, but in a different way. In the book, it's like, oh shit, like this person from the past is back, and then but in the series, it's like, oh shit, she's back, and what is she gonna do? Like, and also, I don't think it makes Emma seem selfish. I just think it gives her more motivation. Like, I don't think that at all. I just think, like, obviously, like, yo, if you hear, like, bro, like, I went to save Camp, went to save Grover, and I can save my friend from dying, my friend who died a few years ago back, bad. I just think, I didn't get that at all, man, about it. Yeah. Lego. It took all three of them to hold back the satyr. Whoa, Coach, Jason said. Bring it down a few notches. A younger man charged into the room. Jason guessed he must be Lit, the old guy's son. He was dressed in pajama pants with a sleeveless t-shirt that said Cornhuskers, and he held a sword that looked like it could be a husk. A lot of things besides corn. So that looked like it could husk a lot of things besides corn. His ripped arms were covered in scars. Okay, this guy's a Chad. And his face framed by curly dark hair would have been handsome if it wasn't also sliced up. Lit immediately zeroed in on Jason like he was the biggest threat and stalked towards him, swinging his sword overhead. Hold on, Piper! He stepped forward, trying her best to charm voice. There's just a misunderstanding. Everything's fine. Wood stopped in his tracks, but he still looked wary. It didn't help that Hedge was screaming, "Oh, get them! Don't worry!" Old guys, chill out, bro. Let's just talk. Also, I like that they're making Luke more sympathetic, but they're making him a pushover. I can see why you say that, but again, like, even in the books, Luke wasn't the strongest, like, villain in this presence for me. Like, I think the threat of Kronos and the threat of the Titans coming back was always a lot scarier than Luke himself. Luke was always, like to me, Luke was just kind of like the guy that was leading that, but Luke always kind of felt like a little bitch. Like he was like, I'm super evil, but I was never like scared when Luke was around that he was gonna do some shit. He just felt like a super evil guy. And so I like that he's not as cartoonishly evil as he is in the books, but I don't think he's a pushover. I think if the energy that he carried in the finale is matched through the rest of the series, I think Luke will be a stronger villainous presence than he was in the book, because in the book he just wasn't that scary. Annabeth is naive, but she was in the books about Luke too, so it makes sense. They made it to a point to tell us Luke knew Thalia for longer. Exactly. Like, how is Luke getting pushed around by another member of his army? He's not getting pushed around. Allison's just a bitch who don't like listening. Like, that's really what it is. She don't like listening. About Thalia in the show. Yeah, okay, yeah. I know I'm doing a lot of bitching and moaning, but I'm enjoying the series and I'm excited for where it's going. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, you can have your criticism. You know, you can say you didn't like this and you wish it was more like the books, which I understand. I just strongly feel that season 2 was a way stronger adaptation than season 1 was. I still enjoyed season 1, and I will probably end up. I really can't wait till the entire series is out so I can binge it all, like all 5 seasons. But I think season 2 is a far stronger adaptation, and it even made the book. It was better than the book. I think it was. Anyways. Coach, Jason pleaded. They may be friendly. Besides, you're trespassing in their house. Thank you, said the old man in the bathroom. Now, who are you, and why are you here? Let's all put our weapons down, Piper said. Coach, you first. Hedge clenched his jaw. Just one thwack. No, Piper said. What about a compromise? I'll kill them first, and if it turns out they were friendly, I'll apologize. Oh, that's my coat. Oh, Coach Hedge is awesome. Please, I want more of you. No, Piper said. Coach Hedge just watched that action, bro. He doesn't care. Oh my god. Oh, that's some Clarice shit to say too. Coach Hedge lowered his club. Piper gave Lit a friendly sorry about that smile. Even with her hair messed up and wearing two day-old clothes, she was extremely cute and just felt a little jealous she was giving Lit that smile. Bitch, Quit being a bitch. I'm talking to Jason, not Piper. Lit huffed and sheathed the sword. You speak well, girl. Fortunately for your friends, or I would have run them through. Appreciate it, Leo said. I try not to get run through before lunchtime. The old man in the bathrobe sighed. I don't know if Rick's writing is funnier in the books, because it might be, or maybe it should be the actor's delivery, or maybe there's not writing as many sassy lines. But I mean, they are getting better though. I hope by season 3 they've kind of mastered it. And Percy, because Percy's coming through as in his character a lot stronger in season 2. So I hope in season 3 we're getting more Percy snark, more Percy fucking anger, all that good stuff. The little man in the bathrobe sighed, kicking the teapot that Coach had smashed. Well, since you're here, please sit down, Lit frowned. Your Majesty. No, it's fine, Lit, the old man said. New land, new customs. They may sit in my presence. After all, they've seen me in my night clothes. But since observing formalities, he did his best to smile, though it looked a little forced. Welcome to my humble home. I am King Midas. Oh, Midas. Impossible, said Coach Hedge. He died. Yeah, that's going around. It's been going around recently. They were sitting on the sofas now, while the king reclined on his throne. Tricky to do that in the bathrobe. And Jason kept worrying the old guy would forget and uncross his legs. Hopefully, he was wearing golden boxers under there when he stood behind the throne, both hands in his sword. Glancing at Piper and flexing his muscular arm just to be annoying, Jason wondered if he looked that ripped holding a sword. Sadly, he doubted it. Piper sat forward. What our satyr friend means, Your Majesty, is that you're the second mortal we've met who should be sorry. Dead. King Midas lived thousands of years ago. Interesting, the king gazed out the windows at the brilliant blue skies and the winter sunlight in the distance. Downtown Omaha looked like a cluster of children's blocks. Way too clean and small for a regular city. You know, the king said, I think I was a bit dead for a while. It's strange. Seems like a dream, doesn't it, Lit? A very long dream, Your Majesty. And yet, now we're here. I'm enjoying myself very much. I like being alive better. I freaking bet. But how, Piper asked? You didn't happen to have a patron? Midas hesitated, but there was a sly twinkle in his eye. Does it matter, my dear? We could kill them again, Coach had suggested. Oh my god. Coach, not helping, Jason said. Why don't you go outside and stand guard? I think we'll have season 3 by the end of this year, so hyped to binge that. Yeah, we will. So I'm excited. We don't have to wait too long. I'm very excited to see Titan's Curse. Very, 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 very excited to see Titan's Curse. I'm most excited for the scene, for 2 scenes, for maybe 3 scenes, for the scene of Percy and Dionysus on the roof, and he talks about like how terrible heroes are and Hercules, and I'm excited for Percy holding the sky, and I'm excited for the reveal that Nico is child of Hades. So excited. But oh god, Titan's Curse is so good, dude. Anyways, I just have my complaints and feel like they can do better if Disney would give them more damn money. Yeah, that is a thing. Disney should give them more money, but like I hope they do. But they're doing great with what they have. Like, the visual effects are great when they're there. Like, episode 4, Clarice blows up everything. That ship disappearing, phenomenal. Damn joke on the way. Let's go. I don't care about the damn joke. I'm sorry. I don't care about it. It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be stupid. I don't care about it. Going for that, it would be a crime to cut that out. They're not. One scene that I had mixed emotions on about when I first saw it was Zeus casting Trion's daughter off rip. At first, I thought it was too cruel. Zeus is an asshole, and in some ways, I do still feel that, but it does a lot of heavy lifting for why the Olympians are bad parents, other than they are just absent from their kids' lives. I don't think the Olympians are bad parents. I think Zeus is, but there are some parents, like I think, like Poseidon Dionysus, Hephaestus, even like Hades. I think those guys are all good parents. Like Hera, well, she doesn't have any kids, so. But fucking Ares sucks, you know. Like Apollo sucks, but like they're like not. Hermes is a good dad. Like not all the Olympians are bad parents. Just because that's unfair to say just because they're not there. Because the circumstances. Those are the only three. Maybe they are, but all the gods are not because they literally can't be there. It's worse for them to be in their kids' lives, so they have to stay out. Like that is the reason. And so I don't think it's fair to say that. Like I get it. Like oh, they should be in their kids' lives, but literally the story literally tells you, hey, Percy, dog, listen. I know you wanted a dad, but quit being a little bitch. I couldn't be there because I'm a god. You can't grow up with you can't grow up with literally God as your dad. It's worse for you. Which makes perfect sense. Also, Dionysus actor I feel is a bad cast. Maybe he wasn't trying as hard to be funny. I felt that in the beginning of season 2. I liked him in all of season 1. I felt that in the beginning of season 2. But towards the end of season 2, I liked him better. That's just how Jason Mantzoukas is. But I also think that that like I think like they probably direct him to act that way to ham it up. Like Jason Mantzoukas is really great in other things, like in Brooklyn Nine-Nine or in Invincible. He's really great. So we'll have to see if he can deliver the scene. But I fully believe that he can do it. Like he's a good actor. The rest are on a scale of deadbeats to just completely forgetful. This is true, you know. Like Zeus is bad, Ares is bad, Apollo sucks. Who are the other ones? Aphrodite, probably not great. I don't think she's a great mom, you know. Athena. You know, I don't think Athena's that bad. I don't think Athena's that bad from what I remember. I don't think he's trying too hard. He needs more I don't give a fuck energy. I think Dionysus could be better. I think he could, but I'm not disappointed where he's at. Athena is a no. She's my godly parent. Absolutely sucks. I don't remember anything from the original series that makes Athena suck. So, actually, never mind. She did let that thing in on Annabeth. She did let Annabeth die. So, yeah, she do be kind of garbage. Yeah, Poseidon would never. My goat Poseidon would never. Anyways. Leo coughed. Is that safe? They've got some serious security. Oh yes, the king said. Sorry about that, but it's lovely stuff, isn't it? Amazing what gold can still buy. Such excellent toys you have in this country. He finished a remote control out of his bathrobe pocket. And pressed a few buttons. A passcode, Jason guessed. There, medicine. Safe to go out now. Coach Hedge grunted. Fine, but if you need me, he looked at Jason meaningfully. Then he pointed at himself, pointed 2 fingers at their host, and sliced a finger across his throat. Very subtle sign language. Yeah, thanks, Jason said. After the satyr left, Piper tried another diplomatic smile. So you don't know how you got there? Oh, well, yes, sort of, the king said. He frowned at Lit. Why did we pick Omaha again? I know it wasn't the weather. The oracle, Lit said. Yes! I was told there was an oracle in Omaha, the king shrugged. Apparently I was mistaken. This is a rather nice house, isn't it? It's short for Lityrasis. By the way, horrible name. But his mother insisted. Let us plenty of a wide open space to practice his swordplay. He has quite a reputation with that. They called him the Reaper of Men back in the old days. Oh, Piper tried to sound enthusiastic. How nice. What smile was more of a cruel sneer. Jason was now 100% sure he didn't like this guy, and he was starting to regret sending Hedge outside. So Jason said, all this gold. The king's eyes lit. Are you here for gold, my boy? Please, take a brochure. Jason looked at the brochures on the coffee table. The title said, Gold, invest for eternity. You sell gold? No, the king said. I make it. I'm uncertain. Yeah, he can fucking touch things and turn them into gold, can he? I'm uncertain times like these, gold is the wisest investment, don't you think? Governments fall, the dead rise, giants attack Olympus, but gold retains its value. Leo frowned. I've seen that commercial. Oh, don't be fooled by cheap imitators, the king said. I assure you, I can beat any price for a serious investor. I can make a wide assortment of gold items at a moment's notice. Piper shook her head in confusion. Your Majesty, you gave up the gold touch, didn't you? The king looked astonished. Gave it up. Yes, Piper said. You got it from God Dionysus, my goat, the king agreed. I'd rescued one of his satyrs, and in return the god granted me one wish. I chose the golden touch. But you accidentally turned your own daughter to gold, Piper remembered. And you realized how greedy you'd been, so you repented. Repented! King Midas looked at Lit incredulously. You see, son? You're away for a few thousand years, and the story gets twisted all around. I love when Rick does this. My dear girl, did the stories ever say I'd lost my magic touch? Well, I guess not. They just said you learned how to reverse it with running water, and you brought your daughter back to life. That's all true. Sometimes I still have to reverse my touch. There's no running water in the house. Because I don't want accidents. He gestured to his statues, but we chose to live next to a river, just in case. Occasionally, I'll forget and pat Lit on the back. Lit retreated a few steps. I hate that. So he doesn't have control over what he touches and turns into gold. That's interesting. Lit retreated a few steps. I hate that. I told you I was sorry, son. At any rate, gold is wonderful. Just put some gloves on, bro. Gold is wonderful. Gold is wonderful. Why would I give that up? Well, Piper looked truly lost now. Isn't that the point of the story? That you learned your lesson? My dear, may I see your backpack for a moment? Toss it here. Piper hesitated, but she wasn't eager to offend the king. She moved everything out of her backpack and tossed it to Midas. As soon as he caught it, the pack turned gold. Like frost spreading across the fabric. It still looked flexible and soft, but definitely gold. The king tossed it back. As you can see, I can still turn anything to gold, Midas said. That pack is magic now as well. Go ahead, put your little storm spirit enemies in there. Word? Plot convenience touch? You love to see it? Seriously? Leo was suddenly interested. He took the bag from Piper and held it up to the cage. As soon as he unzipped the backpack, the wind stirred and howled in protest. The cage bars shuddered. The door of the prison flew open, and the winds got vacuumed straight into the pack. Leo zipped it shut and grinned. Gotta admit, that's cool. That is cool. You see, Midas said, my golden touch, a curse? Please, I didn't learn any lesson. And my life isn't a story, girl. Oh my god. Rick has the best interpretations of myths. Yeah, if you're putting it in to a world where you're treating it as if they're not stories, it's the actual past, then yeah, they're gonna be like, dog, my life isn't a story. I actually did that shit. I didn't learn any fucking lesson. Like, I wanted it, and I'm happy with it. But I love when he does that. I think that's great. Life isn't a story, girl. Honestly, my daughter Zoe was much more pleasant as a gold statue. She talked a lot, Lit offered. Exactly, and so I turned her back to gold. Midas pointed. That's crazy. There in the corner was a golden statue of a girl with a shy expression, as if she were thinking, Dad! That's horrible, Piper said. Nonsense. She doesn't mind. Besides, if I learned my lesson, would I have gotten these? Midas pulled off his overshoe sleeping caps, and Jason didn't know whether to laugh or get sick. Midas had long, fuzzy, gray ears sticking up from his white hair, like Bugs Bunny. But they weren't rabbit ears, they were donkey ears. Oh wow, Leo said. I didn't need to see that. Terrible, isn't it? Midas sighed. A few years after the Golden Touch incident, I judged a music contest between Apollo and Pan, and I declared Pan the winner. Apollo, sore loser said, I must have the ears of an ass, and voila. That was my reward for being truthful. I tried to keep them a secret. Only my barber knew. But he couldn't help blabbing. Midas pointed out another golden statue, a bald man in a toga, holding a pair of shears. That's him. He'll be telling anyone's secrets again. The king smiled. This guy's fucking hilarious. So Suddenly, he didn't strike Jason as a harmless old man in a bathrobe. He can turn you to gold in any your whole existence. As I said, a merry glow to them. The look of a madman who knew he was mad, accepted his madness, and enjoyed it. Oh, it's such a fun character. Such a fun character. His gold has many uses. I think that must be why I brought back Lit to bankroll our patron. Lit nodded. That was my good sword. That and my good sword arm. Jason glanced at his friends. Suddenly, the air in the room screamed much colder. So you do have a patron, Jason said. You work for the Giants. King Midas waved his hand dismissively. Well, I don't care for giants myself, of course, but even supernatural armies need to get paid. I do owe my patron a great debt. I tried to explain that to the last group that came through, but they were very unfriendly, wouldn't cooperate at all. Jason slipped his hand into his pockets and grabbed his gold coin. The last group, Hunters, it's known. Blasted girls from Artis, my goat, just talking about her, Thalia. Blasted girls from Artemis. Isn't felt a spark of electricity. A literal spark traveled down his spine. He got a whiff of electrical fire, like he just melted some of the springs in this sofa. His sister had been here? When? He demanded. What happened? Lit shrugged. A few days ago. I didn't get to kill them, unfortunately. They were looking for some evil wolves or something. They were following a trail, heading west. Missing demigod, I don't recall. Ah! Thalia's looking for Percy! Oh my god. I love. Hey guys, since Thalia's black, do you think I can play Jason in the Heroes of Olympus series? You think I could do it? You reckon? Like they'll let me. Since Zeus is black, Thalia is black, you think I could do it? I think it'd be pretty cool. A few days. So they were following a trail heading. Oh, are we gonna see Thalia soon? I hope. Missing demigod, I don't recall. Percy Jackson, Jason thought. Fine. Annabeth had mentioned the hunters were looking for him, and in Jason's dream of the burned outhouse in the redwoods, he'd heard enemy wolves baying. Hera had called them her keepers. They had to be connected somehow. Midas scratched his donkey ears. Very unpleasant young ladies, those hunters, he recalled. They absolutely refused to be turned into gold. I fucking wonder. Much of the security system outside I installed to keep that sort of thing from happening again. You know, I don't have time for those who aren't serious investors. That's what he means by investing? Jason stood warily and glanced at his friends. They got the message. Well, Piper said, Magical smile. It's been a great visit. Welcome back to life. Thanks for the gold bag. Oh, but you can't leave, Midas said. I know you're not serious investors, but that's alright. I have to rebuild my collection. Oh, Midas, buddy. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I forgot that I had something to do. All the way the fuck somewhere else. So, you know, God, I would say we turn into gold, but unfortunately, you know, I can't do that. Keep up with your acting classes. I don't take acting classes. Okay. Well, did I ever say that? Did I tell you? What makes you think I take acting classes? No. I'm not some fool that needs to be taught acting. It's so easy. It's not that hard. Where was I? Lit was smiling cruelly. The king rose, and Leo and Piper moved away from him. Don't worry, the king assured them. You don't have to be turned to gold. I give all my guests a choice. Join my collection, or die at the hands of Latyrisus. Really, it's good either way. Piper tried to use her charm speak. Your Majesty, you can't. Quicker than any old man should have been able to move. Midas lashed out and grabbed her wrist. No! Jason yelled. But a frost of gold spread over Piper, and in a heartbeat, she was a glittering statue. Damn! What a turn. Leo tried to summon fire, but he'd forgotten his powers wasn't working. Midas touched his hand, and Leo didn't transform into a solid metal. Damn fucking shit. Midas took him. He didn't even give us any time to fucking choose. He just did it. Midas smiled apologetically. Gold trumps fire, I'm afraid. Oh god, this is such a cool villain. Oh, I can't wait for this episode. This guy's great. Season 6 is gonna go crazy. He waved around him at the gold curtains and furniture. In this room, my power dampens all others. Fire, even charm speak, which leaves me only one more trophy to collect. Head! Jason yelled. I need help in here. For once, the satyr didn't charge in. Jason wondered if the lasers had gotten him, or if he was sitting at the bottom of a trap pit, might have chuckled. No goat to the rescue. Sad. But don't worry, my boy. It's really not painful. Lit can tell you. Jason fixed on an idea. I choose combat. You said I could choose to fight Lit instead, right? Midas looked mildly disappointed, but he shrugged. I said you could die fighting Lit. But of course, if you wish. Some Percy shit. Come on, Jason. Lock in. The king backed away, and Lit raised his sword. I'm going to enjoy this, Lit said. This is some Hunter x Hunter shit, too. Oh, God. Dude, no one needs to read these books. What happened? This time... Come on, Cornhusker. Jason summoned his own weapon. This time, it came up as a javelin, and Jason was glad for the extra length. Oh, gold weapon, Midas said. Very nice. Can someone remind me how Jason's weapon works? Because I completely forgot. I thought he had a sword. Now he has some javelin. Does it change every single time? I don't remember. I know they told me. Please remind me. Also, early in the season, when they changed who attacked Thalia to Furies, I thought they were going to have Hades try to kill her as revenge for Nico's mom. But I like the idea of Hades turning his daughter against him is more interesting. I like that too. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but that is interesting. The reason for why the gods are bad parents isn't just that they aren't there, but more that they had kids that they knew would be monster magnets, and it puts their family in danger. I don't think the act of having a kid makes you a bad parent. I think you can only be a bad parent based on what you do after you have a child. The gods are like, well, not my problem. I mean, that's not fair. That's not fair because it's not really. They grew up in an era where, like that's just how things were. Thalia should be the one to track Percy. She zocked his ass so many times, I wouldn't be surprised if he was constantly giving off godly static. I think it's funny how a lot of non-book readers came up with the idea that Percy got shocked by Thalia in episode 8 because water can conduct electricity. That is really funny. That's just not how that works. Thalia get knocked out more than just Percy. One side of the coin is a sword and the other is a spear. Oh, okay. Yes, that's right. That's so freaking cool, dude. That's really cool. See, I'm so glad you guys are here, because I would have totally forgotten everything. I would have had to reboot from the beginning. That would have sucked. This time it came up as a javelin. The Jason was glad for the extra length. Old Goldwyn might have said, very nice. Lit charged. The guy was fast. He slashed and sliced, and Jason could barely dodge the strikes, but his mind went into a different mode, analyzing patterns, wondering what style, which was all offense, no defense. Jason countered, sidestepped, and blocked. I forgot. Yeah, that's right. In the beginning of the series, in the beginning of this book, they talk about? Remind me. Didn't they talk about how Jason like knew how to fight, but he didn't know how he knew how to fight? Right? Like muscle memory and all that. Jason's counter sidestep block. Lit seemed surprised to find him still alive. What is that style, Lit growled? You don't fight like a Greek. Legion training, Jason said. Though he wasn't sure how he knew that. It's Roman. Roman! It struck again, and Jason looked at his blade. What is Roman? Newsflash, Jason said. While you were dead, Rome defeated Greece. Created the greatest empire of all time. Oh my god, the aura. Oh, it's so tough. Oh, that's so tough. Oh shit. Freak, man. Can you imagine me saying that? Can you imagine me? Guys, can you imagine me on Disney Plus in the first season of this being like what did he say? Newsflash! Newsflash, while you were dead, Rome defeated Greece, created the greatest empire of all time. Fucking, obviously I wouldn't say it like that. I'd be standing and I'd be wearing a cool outfit. I'd be more in the character. But could you imagine it happening? Could you imagine? That'd be so cool. Yeah, things are familiar to him even if he didn't remember it. Yes, of course. Gotcha. Dude, if I was Jason, I would be an asshole sitting on the bat casting Thundaga. Can he throw thunder? Does he know he can do that? He can he? He probably can. Thalia can. Impossible, Lit said. Never even heard of them. Jason spun on one heel, smacked Lit in the chest with the butt of his javelin, and sent him toppling into Midas's throne. Oh dear, Midas said. Lit! I'm fine, Lit growled. You better help him up, Jason said. Lit cried, Dad, no! Too late. Midas put his hand on his son's shoulder. And suddenly, a very angry-looking golden statue was sitting on Midas' throne. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god. That's so good. Curses, Midas wailed. That was a naughty trick, demigod. I'll get you for that. He patted Lit's golden shoulder. Don't worry, son. I'll get you down to the river after I collect this prize. Midas raced forward. Jason dodged, but the old man was fast. He was fast too. Jason kicked the coffee table into the old man's legs and knocked him over. But Midas wouldn't stay down for long. Then Jason glanced at Piper's golden statue. Anger washed over him. He was a son of Zeus. He could not fail his friends. He felt a tugging sensation in his gut, and the air pressure dropped so rapidly that his ears popped. Midas must have felt it too, because he stumbled to his feet and grabbed his donkey ears. Ow, what are you doing? He demanded. My power is supreme here. Thunder rumbled outside. The sky turned black. You know another good use for gold? Oh, come on. Oh, shit. Is this Jason's best chapter? I think this is his best chapter. It has to be. Come on, guys. I'm just sitting there. You know another good use for gold? Come on. You can see it. Yeah, you can read it. That's got to be Jason's best chapter. I don't remember him being this cool in the earlier chapters. Midas raised his eyebrows, suddenly excited. Yes? It's an excellent conductor of electricity. Jason raised his javelin and the ceiling exploded. A lightning bolt ripped through the roof like it was an eggshell, connected with the tip of Jason's spear, and sent out arcs of energy that blasted the sofas to shreds. Chunks of ceiling plaster crashed down. The chandelier groaned and snapped off its chain. Midas screamed as it pinned him to the floor. The glass immediately turned into gold. When the rumbling stopped, freezing pain poured into the building. Midas cursed in ancient Greek, thoroughly pinned under his chandelier. The rain soaked everything, turning the gold chandelier back to glass. Piper and Leo were slowly changing too, along with the other statues in the room. When the front door burst open and Coach Edge charged in club ready, his mouth was covered with dirt, snow, and grass. What did I miss? Yes, where were you? Jason demanded. His head was spinning from something in the lightning bolt, and it was all he could do to keep from passing out. I was screaming for help, Hedge belched. Getting a snack. Sorry, who needs killing? No one now, Jason said. Just grab Leo. I'll get Piper. Don't leave me like this, Midas wailed. All around the statue, his victims were turning to flesh. His daughter, his barber, and a whole lot of angry-looking guys with swords. Jason grabbed Piper's golden bag and his own supplies. Then he threw a rug over the golden statue of Lit on the throne. Hopefully that would keep the Reaper of Men from turning back to flesh, at least until after Midas' victims did. Let's get out of here, Jason told Hedge. I think these guys will want some quality time with Midas. Oh, that was a great chapter. That was a great chapter. That has to be Jason's best moment. That has to be. I don't remember Jason doing anything cool before that. I'm pretty sure he has done it still better than that one storm quote. What's the one storm? Oh, the fucking, you want to know what happens to a toad when it gets struck by lightning? There's a story behind that. That quote would have been better if they didn't cut too many scenes out of the movie. Because in the original script, like, Toad is walking around, like, throughout the entire movie, Toad asks, hey, what happens to a toad when fucking this? What happens to a toad when that? And Toad's asking that question throughout the movie. And then at the end of the movie, Storm's like, hey, you want to know what happens to a toad when it gets struck by lightning? Same thing that happens to everything else. And it would have been cool, but they fucked it up. But now it's like, because with context it would have been great. 148. How long is this next chapter? That will determine if I read it or not. 363, the chapter goes until... It's 10 pages. Do I read it? Or do I not? Because there's going to be 2 Piper chapters. Do I read it or do I not? I think we should end it here. Next is a bit long. Okay, I'll take your word for it then. It's a good little high note to end it on, because freaking that chapter made Jason cool. Before, I think he was decidedly the most boring, and now Jason is that guy. Like that was a that was a really cool fight scene as well with him and Midas, like that, and Lit, obviously, like that was sick. I wish I remembered that, but I do like that. Jason's can pick between, well, he can't really pick, but he gets an option of javelin or sword, you know, and it changes how he fights. That's really cool. And I know that Jason and Percy, like, eventually fight because, you know, they have to. But and also, like, there they are on Mark of Athena, fighting. There's their cover. So Percy's on fucking blackjack with the whatever. Their own versus Greek fighting style mention was really cool. It gave you really a reason, like, you gas up this guy, oh, he's great, but guess who's fucking greater? The Roman Empire. That's so sick. And then we have Jason here as well with his sword in the purple, which, you know, there's a lot of things that are telling me, you know, there's other things I shouldn't know. Like, I shouldn't have this access, but I do. So I'm excited to see this moment. I've heard, like, it's called, like, people call it, like, Storm versus Sea, one of the best moments in the series. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. And while we're looking at covers, I won't rank them because I do that at the beginning of every single stream. This Son of Neptune, it's so gas. Nope, it's not like fucking that, but I know you guys know what it looks like. It's so good. It's such a cool cover. I remember back when I was a kid and I saw those covers in the library. I didn't know that they were a continuation of the Percy series. I just thought it was like some other thing. Like I just thought it was some other whatever. I didn't know that much about Percy, so I just thought it was like, oh, these are some books that are called Heroes of Olympus. They have nothing to do with whatever. Well, I knew Riordan wrote them, but yeah. Anyways, sometimes have a son of Zeus on the team means he has to be taken out unceremoniously just to keep him from winning every fight instantly. This is not one of those times. Does that happen? Because, like, I don't know. I think we could say the same thing for son of Poseidon, but, like, Percy never has to be taken out because Percy's, like, you know, I mean, like it's crazy because I would imagine, like, Jason and Percy are both the strongest people in their respective teams. But there's always gonna be someone. There's always gonna be Mars that's a challenge, especially because Percy's so broken right now with the Curse of Achilles and everything. So I do want to see how they match up against each other eventually. I really want. Oh, what would be cool is if it'd be so cool if they fought. If Jason, like, if we got a Jason chapter, right, and it was the beginning of their fight, and then we got a Percy chapter, and it was like the end of their fight, and we got to see both their respectives of them fighting. Oh, that'd be so sick. That's my experience too. I saw Mark of Athena in the bookstore window with no knowledge, and it is my favorite. Heroes of Olympus cover. Really? That's your favorite one? I gotta say, Son of Neptune is my favorite. It's so cool. Son of Neptune is so cool. Percy's gotta be nerfed next patch. Dude, he has to be. He's too strong. But also, like, the thing about this is people keep hyping up. The one that's been hyped up for me the most is House of Hades. Son of Neptune and House of Hades has been hyped up. Son of Neptune, House of Hades, and Mark of Athena have all been hyped up for me so much. So, like, I'm very excited. Like, Blood of Olympus, like, hasn't really been talked about that much. But I've also heard that the very few things that I have heard about Blood of Olympus is that it is the best in the series. But now you're telling me House of Hades is the best in the series. See what I mean? So, like, I don't even know who to believe at this point. I'm just excited to get there. So, yeah. But one thing I can tell you is I'm very much really looking forward to finishing Heroes of Olympus. I'm very much in a Percy Jackson mood. It's been a minute, I know. It's been too fucking long, but I am back. I am going to be reading this, so I will be here next week at the latest, unless I feel like reading it earlier, to continue, because I want to get through. We might be a few pages ahead. Might be a few, because I know, Bonnie, that you commented a long time. I took a picture of it. I have to go find it. A long time ago, you commented the pages and stuff, the chapters I should read. So I might be thinking about reading ahead a bit, just to get through it faster. That definitely might happen. So we might be, because this is a lot. So reading 200 pages on stream is gonna take a minute. So I might do it just to blast through and read the good moments, with you guys, just to get to Summon Neptune, because I really would like to. But yeah, he needs a Kratos style reset just to maintain balance. Dude, that channel name gives you a good excuse for taking time away from stuff. I know, right? I know. That's why I did it. I was like, every time I come back, oh, guess what, guys? I was fucking sidetracked, but I'm shish. Oh, but yeah. Yeah, for sure. I have it somewhere, but however you want to do it, really. If you can, when I end the stream, if you could comment on it, and like if you can find it, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'd actually really love that. But yeah, I do think that I'm going to end this stream here, though. This is the most excited I have been to read The Lost Hero in a while. Like the first bit was good, but I'm really excited to finish this series, to finish The Lost Hero out, to find Percy, and to see what Heroes of Olympus is about. Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate it. But yeah, as always, thank you guys for joining the stream. It was a pleasure reading with you, and I will see you all next time. All right. End the stream, guys. See ya.